Welcome to the 2023 State of the Township for Hamilton, New Jersey. I want to take some time and talk to you a little bit about what exciting things we have going on, what we have going on for the future. But first and foremost, I need to state that the state of our township here in Hamilton is as strong as ever. As far back as we can research, there has never been 3 years of no tax increase until these last 3 years. We know how difficult it is with the inflationary environment out there, that you've had money flying out of your pocket. So we, as your local government, have done everything to make sure we're doing our part to keep more money in your pockets and less money going to your government. How did we do this? First, we focus on every single dollar. That includes money coming in and money going out. We've had to maximize our streams of revenue to make sure they're as strong as ever and growing into the future. But we also have to make sure we provide the same services at a cost-efficient price as we watch money going out. Another way we've been able to do that is focusing on grants. Grants, as you will see, have been a huge influx into our township. When we get grants for project coming in from outside, it means less money needed from our taxpayers, from our residents, for those same services or those same projects. The county received their ARP allocation, but dedicated $450,000 here to Hamilton. One, for a new generator at our senior center, and two, to help those with developmental or physical disabilities in our township. The state took some of their ARP money, $750,000 of it, and gave the township a grant for improvements to our Homedale building and the playground that's adjacent to it, to improve the infrastructure there for the nonprofits that are housed there to continue functioning well into the future. In this year's state budget that was just passed a few weeks ago, Hamilton received $1 million for a new ladder truck, a piece of equipment we know is needed more after we had our Whitehead fire just a few months ago. We received $300,000 from New Jersey DEP for improvements to Sayin Gardens. For a project that cost $600,000, half of that now project is coming from other sources of revenue. We received a $500,000 grant to start some cleanup of the Neopara plant on East State Street. Just this year, we've received over $1.5 million from New Jersey DOT for infrastructure improvements to East State Street Extension and East Park Avenue. And we've received, again, just this year, over $1.5 million for our health department. All told, just this year, over $4 million that I've just talked about in grants coming into Hamilton Township. We've also done it by engaging more in public-private partnerships. You've seen a lot of road work going on in town, either by Aqua or PSE&G, but we've made them repave the roads that they're digging up so that we don't have to. We've partnered with Robert Wood Johnson on a new community garden in Bromley Park. And earlier this year, we completed the installation of a new piece of playground equipment at Limewood Park called Joey's Place. That's thanks to a partnership with Joey's Little Angels, a local nonprofit in town. What would have cost the township $150,000 for that new playground instead cost us nothing, thanks to the money raised by Joey's Little Angels and Where Angels Play. That's all helped us this year, just in 2023. But part of being mayor is having a vision for where we go into the future. I'm recording this currently in a municipal building built in 1928. Our school board building, built in 1898. Since Mayor Rafferty, there's been talk about a new municipal building. Well, by the end of this summer in 2023, the building on Whitehorse Avenue will be completely torn down. In the next 2 to 3 years, you'll have a brand new joint municipal building, housing both your township government and your school district. It's that partnership with the school district that will make things more efficient, that will build a stronger partnership between the township government and the school district well into the future, but also provides a new building at a more cost-efficient price, because the school district and the township government are splitting space. But we talked about a vision for the future. The plan is then to sell Greenwood Avenue, the property on Greenwood Avenue, to the school district, for them to have opportunities for new infrastructure as well. Whether they refurbish this, whether they tear it down and build something new. Right across the street is a 100-year-old elementary school. Within a 1.5-mile radius of this site is 2 other 100-year-old elementary schools. So it gives the school district an opportunity to have their vision for the future as well. Speaking about the future, we know our climate is changing. So we have tried to take concrete steps here on a local level, so we're having a positive impact in mitigating that change. One way to do that is open space preservation. Just this year, in 2023, we've already acquired roughly 35 acres of space in our Cornell Heights neighborhood along the Assunpink Creek for open space preservation. We've recently started negotiations for 16 acres that would have been a warehouse, but now hopefully we'll be able to reach an agreement for that to be open space as well, across from our Hamilton Township Recreation Office. But we've also had to think outside the box. Our town council last month approved foreclosing on 6 properties. 6 properties that fell behind in their taxes, for many of them for more than a decade. Instead of trying to collect money from entities that kept refusing to pay, we're foreclosing on those properties. Properties that run adjacent to streams, properties that are adjacent to other township open space. And by foreclosing on those 6 properties, we'll again be able to preserve nearly 50 acres of open space here in Hamilton. We've started with our first public electric vehicle charger in Veterans Park. And by the end of this summer, we'll have an RFP out to again engage in another public-private partnership to install more electric vehicle charger stations around town. We also got, going back to grants, a roughly $300,000 grant for an electric vehicle garbage truck. Not only the garbage truck, but the infrastructure needed on the back end to charge it. We know, as we look into our future, we want to be healthier as individuals. We want to be healthier as a community. So we relaunched the Mayor's Wellness Campaign this year. Specifically, Mayor's Wellness Walks, of which we've had 4 to date so far this year. We've had them along nature preserves, at our senior center, at Grounds for Sculpture, with the goal of getting people up and moving and seeing new areas of town that they may not be familiar with. We've had entire offices come out and join us on those walks. And so I hope you'll be able to join us on one soon. As you know, we've recently added to our pickleball courts. We've gone from 6 to 18 over the past couple of years. But just at the start of 2023, we refurbished 4 tennis courts. So we can still have both tennis and pickleball at the same complex. We just this year finished a resurfacing of our outdoor hockey rink. For those who aren't aware, we have both an adult street hockey league, and just this year, Hamilton PAL, our Police Athletic League, launched their own street hockey league as well. Again, with the design of whether you're an adult or a youth, getting up, getting moving, and getting involved in a team sport. Going back to grants, again, we received another $75,000 grant for improvements to our Hamilton Girls Softball Association. And we continue to reinvest in new playground equipment throughout town. In addition to being your mayor, I also serve as the Director of Public Safety. Since our last State of the Township, we've had the honor of swearing in 2 new chiefs. One for our fire division and one for our police division. Chief Tazi was sworn in last year as our new Hamilton Township Fire Chief, and just recently, Ken Dabosky was sworn in as our new Hamilton Township Police Chief. I congratulate both men on their recent promotions, and I know they have what it takes to keep all of us safe. And they and those who they serve have shown us that they have the ability to keep us safe. Just recently this year, we had a fire on Whitehead Road. Many people have come up to me and said they've been in the fire service 20 years, 30 years, 40 years in town. It is the largest fire they can ever remember in Hamilton Township. But thanks to our fire department, thanks to mutual aid companies, thanks to coordination with other township departments, including our Public Works Department in shuffling diesel fuel back and forth from our Public Works yard to the site. Thanks to our construction office and being out there to monitor, to making sure buildings weren't going to collapse. We were able to keep that fire from spreading to people's homes or other businesses. Many of you are well aware of the catalytic converter thefts that are sweeping the state and sweeping the country. But thanks to the hard work of the men and women of our police division, we were able to arrest somebody that's been, we believe, stealing many of those catalytic converters right here in Hamilton. No mayor likes to talk about a homicide in town, and unfortunately we did have one earlier this year. But again, thanks to the hard work of the men and women in our police division and the partnerships that they have with the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office and other law enforcement agencies, within 48 hours a suspect was arrested as it related to that homicide. All of this is done thanks to great leadership from our directors, great leadership from our town council, but it's also done because of your cooperation, because of your love for our community, because of your desire to see Hamilton be stronger each and every year into the future and continue to be America's favorite hometown. That is why our State of the Township is as strong as it's ever been. Will continue to get stronger well into the future. So thank you for all you do each and every day. Thank you to our township employees who make sure they serve you all as public servants. I wish you nothing but the best in 2023. And may God bless America and God bless Hamilton Township.